The latest from Bill Murray, More Than Hate, kicking off the show here on this fun Friday, June 27th, 2025. I do like the breakdown in that track. It's brand new. There's been a ton of new releases released today. So I'll play at least one of them later on for It's So New at the top of the 5 p.m. hour here on Peach's Pip Party. We just launched a giveaway. Didn't see too many signups for the app version of the whole giveaway. If you do want to enter for your chance to win tickets to go see Volbeat, Hailstorm, and The Ghost Inside live at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater in Salt Lake City, you can sign up through the forums on the apps, the K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball 101 app, just those maximum 3 entries there. And then starting on Monday is when we'll play back-to-back tracks from any one of those 3 bands, and that's when you have to be caller 20 and win those tickets that way as well. So, yeah, Volbeat, Hailstorm, The Ghost Inside, they're calling it the greatest of all tours, making its way to the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater in Salt Lake City. I think my next show is going to be that Summer of Loud show at that same venue. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I have my tickets for it. I'm just trying to figure out, do I want to drive down there? Am I able to take one of the station vehicles to save money on gas? Who knows? I'll figure it out. That show is happening July 8th. I mean, if you miss out on that one, that's a pretty big one. There's 8 bands. I think there's 8 bands. I should have had it pulled up and should have counted like 1, 2, 3. I think there's 8. But anyway, check out that concert calendar, always available to you as well at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Looking forward to that concert tonight with Victor, Justin from 105 The Hawk, Cody Jinks, and Tanner Usray. I believe that's how you say his last name, at the Mountain America Center. Seen Cody Jinks before. The last time we did, I talked about that on the air when Victor and I went and saw him at the Sandy Amphitheater, and that was like the one night he decided to come back with me the night after the show, and he ended up being just, miserable the whole time. And since then, he's always booked a hotel room. And for me, I've done countless shows to and from Salt Lake City, but, there is that 14-year age gap between Victor and myself that, maybe like a year or two from now, considering like now I'm also over driving from Salt Lake City all the way back to Idaho Falls at the end of the night. Like I end up leaving a little bit early so that way I can just get out of there and start my trek back. And by that, I mean go to In-N-Out Burger in Salt Lake, then start driving back to Southeast Idaho, but I'm never the type of dude to fall asleep behind the wheel. I just never understood that. Never understood how people could be, no matter how tired I am, I could never, ever fall asleep while operating the car. Maybe it's because I'm too, just high-strung when I drive. I don't know. But anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Got some, what we got coming up here? Van Halen, Avatar, and more on K-Bear 101. Well, we talked about it briefly. We talked about how the Liver King was trying to start a feud with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan wasn't saying anything back whatsoever. He was just doing his own thing. I don't think Joe Rogan really pays attention at all. I'm sure he gets told what's happening, including stuff about him. Because I think he just lives in that cold plunge, eats elk meat, and does the podcast. That's literally what Joe Rogan's life is all about. And the Liver King, out of nowhere, is like, I'm going to fight Joe Rogan. And the Liver King has now been ordered to stay away from him. No contact. And also, luckily, a mental health evaluation ordered after the Liver King was arrested. I guess he can't go within 200 yards of Joe Rogan whatsoever. So, yeah, there's that going on. And of all the things in the world, the Liver King was like, you know what? He woke up one morning and said, man, I hate Joe Rogan. Let me just post a video of me talking some smack about him, say I want to fight him, but then also admit that I would lose, and if I get choked out, that's what I want. That's what he said in one of his videos. Go watch it if you really want to. Go watch all of his different videos about why he wants to fight Joe Rogan. How about a nice beach vacation, huh? Well, I just saw North Korea opening a beach resort that its leader, Kim Jong-un, hopes will boost tourism in the secretive communist regime. Wonsan Kalma on the east coast. Is it Wonsan Kalma? Sorry if you speak Korean and I just butchered it. Wonsan Kalma on the east coast will open to domestic tourists on the July 1st. 6 years after it was due to be completed. It is unclear when it will welcome foreigners. So if you want to go to North Korea, you might have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, look at that. Just they're opening. Why would somebody ever want to step near North Korea is beyond me. All right. I'm a guy who loves to travel, but I have my list of places that I will never go. I'm not going to share that on the air because I'm not going to name off countries I don't want to be going to. But North Korea is the number one place that I feel like I would never, ever want to go to. I don't even have my passport. I've been wanting to, but I feel like if I spend the $100 and something bucks for it, I need to have a international vacation planned, and there's not enough money at all for anything even remotely close to that. The only place I really travel to is back home. My friends are now leaving Southern California. Like I talk about it quite a lot, that my friend Zach now lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Might need to fly out there, go see him, but then, that's a missed trip back home to go see the family, and I want to see my family first and foremost. And now all of a sudden, one of my other friends is like, I think I'm going to move to Vegas, which flights are cheap to Vegas, and Vegas is only like a 4-hour drive from my parents' place. It's like driving to Boise from here. So maybe I'd go visit him and then drive a rental down to my parents' place, drive back to Vegas, fly out of Vegas, come back here. Haven't been to Vegas in a very long time. I need to plan some sort of vacation. But with what money? I don't know. I truly don't know. It's time for a game I like to call Do We Believe This or Not? This one lady wearing what looks to be leggings and a sports bra. She wore that outfit to Disney World and is now claiming that she was denied entry to ride and was told to buy a t-shirt because, well, it's too revealing for the other guests, apparently. Upon their arrival, they were both let into the park without any issues and were genuinely excited to spend the day exploring, is what she said. The pair had day passes and were rushing around trying to make the most of it and get on as many rides as possible. During their hectic day, they accidentally waited on the wrong line in anticipation of going on the Frozen ride. But upon realizing they were waiting for a meet and greet, the couple then promptly headed to the ride's correct line and then proceeded to wait for about an hour. Along the way, they passed several employees who smiled and welcomed them without issue. Everything was still going smoothly until they finally reached the front of the line. She explained that's when a ride attendant suddenly told her that she was improperly dressed and would not be allowed to board the ride in her current ensemble of black leggings and a white padded sports bra, which she notes is similar to a crop top. Now, I see this here. I see a picture of her wearing it. Looks like what every girl wears to the gym nowadays. I've seen even worse outfits at the gym compared to this one. I don't think it's too revealing. I think it's just fine. You're in Orlando, Florida. It's hot. The guy that she's with is wearing one of those spaghetti strap tank top things, and I would say he's more revealing than she is. And I wonder if it's because they were trying to go on the Frozen ride, like a little kid ride, maybe. I don't know. But it could have been maybe just a young employee that was told, hey, if you ever see somebody wearing disturbing attire, point them in the right direction. And this one just overjudged it. I don't know. But the employee suggested that she should leave the line to quickly purchase a t-shirt from a nearby merch store and return to ride afterward. Maybe she was trying to help out that specific store. But look, did she actually do it? Oh, she says, we felt put on the spot and embarrassed, she notes, adding that she complied with the park employee's request and bought a $45 plain sleeveless tank top because there weren't many options. She just gave the big corporation her money. Look at that she fell for it. Imagine if she refused and became a Karen and was just screaming. That's when I don't know. I don't know what to believe. But she was covered up enough, in my opinion. I see someone in the comments here. I am not a fan of this young woman's outfit, but she was covered up. Not a fan. Imagine going up to somebody, I'm not a fan of what you're wearing. Who cares? It doesn't look like Barry Bonds will get into the Baseball Hall of Fame, but it does look like he'll be honored by the San Francisco Giants. Even though Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame, Giants CEO Larry, Baer, B-A-E-R, said the team will erect a statue of Barry Bonds, who smashed baseball's home run record as a Giant during the height of the steroids era. Barry is certainly deserving of a statue, and I would say should be next up. We don't have the exact location and the exact date and the exact timing, Bear said. The Giants' Oracle Park already has 5 statues of former players: Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal, and then Orlando Cepeda is one of them as well. Barry Bonds, I don't know. I feel like, sure, he boosted his stats a little bit, and I should say a little bit. I shouldn't say a little bit, a lot, by injecting himself with tons of steroids. But he also had the skill to hit the ball as far as he could, and it's incredibly tough to hit a baseball coming at you over 90 miles an hour, and they could throw you a curveball. You have there's so many things about baseball that make it extremely difficult. And for him to be able to hit as many home runs as he did, sure, he was still boosted by the steroids, and I don't think it counts. But at the same time, I feel like we're stuck in a pickle here. But anyway, the NASCAR Chicago Street Race, which is NASCAR's only street race, is coming back to the streets of Chicago July 5th and 6th. This is a great event for racing fans, but it also disrupts the flow of traffic in the city because of extreme heat. Streets in Chicago have been buckling, which have caused those streets to be closed for repair crews to fix the pavement. We'll see if they can get the streets in shape for the race, and we'll see what reaction the busy people of Chicago might have to road closures as they're trying to get through their work weeks. Yesterday in Paris, 3-time Olympic champion Faith Kipyegon of Kenya attempted to become the first woman in history to run the mile in less than 4 minutes. She had high-tech spikes, clothes engineered for the event, and was led around their track by 11 male pace runners. But it wasn't enough. She ran a 4-minute, 6-second mile, a second faster than her existing world record, but she fell short of finishing in under 4 minutes, which is, still quite a feat. To run a mile in almost under 4 minutes, absurd. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. So yesterday I talked about how, I let one rip, to say it lightly, at Walmart. It was earlier on in the week. I was stocking up my refrigerator with 12 packs of soda for when my friends get here. I don't know why I went so early, but I did. And I just let one rip in one of the aisles, and sure enough, right after I do, I just hear peaches, and I turn to my right, and it's a nice listener, and he was like, "Dude, I love the show, man." And he was headed right for that direction where I was heading, and I'm like, "Please," or where I, did the thing, and I was like, "Please, do not walk over there." But I think he went. I don't think he smelt it. I'm hoping he didn't. But I was just looking here from the New York Post. Flight attendant, there's different things people share online about their job. This flight attendant reveals surprising reason pilots are encouraged to fart in front of each other. Yeah, pilots are encouraged to let fly in flights. An Argentine flight attendant has divulged some surprising aviation rules, according to this article from Yahoo Life, that pilots must allegedly adhere to in the name of safety, including refraining from having the same meal as their co-pilot and never passing on passing gas. But are these rules set in stone or simply mile-high myths? Well, that's where this TikToker came in, this flight attendant / TikToker came in and kind of explained it all. Explained that they don't select. So she went on to talk about the whole differing dishes thing, like the pilot and co-pilot eat something different just in case one of them, has food poisoning, can't flight, and they both don't get food poisoning. It's just one of them. But where's the fart thing? I want to learn more about the fart thing. I was reading this whole article, and they keep going on about the food thing. The farting rule isn't written into official aviation policy, but Danish and British gastroenterologists suggest in a 2013 study that both passengers and perhaps even crew should let loose for the sake of their health and comfort. Yeah, no kidding. You're supposed to. If you keep them in, it's going to, be bad for you, right? That's what I've always been told. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. Who cares if my mom gets mad that I'm just, farting away? So what? It's better for me to do so than to keep it all in, right? Maybe I'll have to reach out to my friend Bryson, my other friend Kirk. They both live together down in Cumming, Georgia. Maybe I should be like, "Hey, you guys okay? Did you get struck by that meteor?" There was this fireball seen in the sky in Georgia, and people were like, "This might be space debris." No, it was an authentic meteor. that made its way across the southeastern U.S. sky in broad daylight yesterday. It has been confirmed by NASA as a meteor, with evidence suggesting that it broke apart high above Georgia, may have sent some debris crashing. NASA says the meteor entered Earth's atmosphere. Okay, reading that there. First appearing about Oxford. Does it say where it landed? Wouldn't that be cool to kind of like have that fall right by you? Lands on the grass. You pick up a piece, keep it. You're like, that's a piece of an actual meteor that fell from who knows where in space. Just came right to where I was. I can't imagine being hit by a meteor. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of being crushed by a meteor? 1 in 100 billion I see here. Wait, but then the AI overview from Google says 1 in 700,000 to 1 in 1.6 million for a lifetime. So very rare overall. But who knows? if it does happen to you, if you just get hit by one, you might need to buy a lottery ticket if you're alive after. So who cares if you're not a fan or if you are a fan of the All-American Rejects? They have done this really cool thing for the past year that has gone sort of viral. They had this massive success of these, they've done these house party shows all across the country. And so now they have launched AARinmyyard.com, where fans could submit their homes, backyards, farms, bowling alleys, community centers, etc., for the band to show up and play at in the spring of 2026. Now, I jokingly went on to Victor's show and said, hey, I just put in the information for your address. I'm going to sign you up to have the All-American Rejects in your backyard, which obviously I didn't, because if you go to the website itself, AARinmyyard.com, you have to put in everything. You have to say if you're an independent promoter, if this is my home, or I work at this venue professionally. And it seems like there's more, they're more so looking for venues. And so I was thinking, like, what venue around here would do pretty great? Would like the waterfront at Snake River Landing work great? Will they do well on the Greenbelt stage right there at Snake River Landing? Would they do well in downtown Pocatello? Maybe I should put that Greenbelt stage, and all of a sudden just the All-American Rejects just perform in the middle of Idaho Falls, and whoever shows up, they show up. Sure. AARinmyyard.com. That's the website if you want to try to book the All-American Rejects at your house. So we just launched another ticket giveaway. I hope you're ready for this. They're calling it the greatest of all tours: Volbeat, Hailstorm, and The Ghost Inside, live at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, Saturday, July 19th. Now, if you want to win tickets starting on Monday, if you hear back-to-back tracks from any one of those three bands and you're caller 20, when you do so, you'll win a pair of tickets. But also, if you want to sign up through the apps, you can do that too. There's the Volbeat form on all three, K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball. Sign up on all three for the maximum number of entries. And then also on the 4th of July at this year's Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest, presented by Idaho Central Credit Union, Tag and Go Car Wash, and Riverbend Media Group. If you spot me with the little Volbeat box, you can put your slip in there, and there you go. That's another entry into this drawing as well. And we'll be doing another concert ticket giveaway right after that, but I won't say anything about that one. Right now, if you want to win tickets for Volbeat, Hailstorm, The Ghost Inside, make sure to sign up in the apps. And then also, starting on Monday, listen for those back-to-back tracks. Now, is this old news? No, it came out yesterday, this article. I saw Yellowstone bison in the headline and went, wait, was there another victim to another goring, another tourist that got too close? So far, there's only been 2 that have been spoken about in the news. Who knows how many others there are, potentially, that have happened that... I don't know. Maybe they got lucky and didn't get covered in the news. I mean, I'd be so mad if all of a sudden I got gored by a bison just walking the trail. Because I'm not dumb enough to, I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb enough to go close to a bison and get gored and then go to the hospital, then, look at my phone, check social media, see articles about me getting gored by a bison. Well, a bison in Yellowstone appeared to stumble into the scalding water of Grand Prismatic Spring, causing its death as tourists just looked on during the park's busiest season. Maybe that's the reason why Idaho Falls is just so full of people. That's what I thought it was. Because every single time trying to leave this office at 5 p.m., it's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare trying to get out of here, And I have to take like an alternate route only because there's so many people on Sunnyside. It feels like a part of the Truman Show, to be quite honest. It feels like I'm in the Truman Show, where like all of a sudden, like the second I start driving, everyone else decides, hey, I need to drive too. Well, this bison also fell into the hot spring at Midway Geyser Basin near Old Faithful early Saturday. It's not entirely clear exactly how or why the animal ended up in the hot spring. The scientist in charge at Yellowstone Volcano Observatory noticed that and said, like, hey, we can't find out why this bison was just like, hey, I'm going to take a dip, and then burns to death. Poland did say Poland's the guy who's, is Poland the guy? Yeah, Michael Poland, the lead scientist, said the bison died fairly quickly, and he dispelled rumors that the spring's water is highly acidic, causing the animal to burn. Yeah, most hot springs are actually neutral. Fun fact, there you go, is what he said. But the temperatures are so extreme that the bison more likely boiled to death. Boiled bison, just sitting right there. So now there's just a full-on bison skeleton underneath the surface. I think YouTube somewhat saved me, even though they blocked one of my videos. Now, what we've been doing on our YouTube channel at KBarrel101 RMGs, if you're not familiar, we've been reacting to certain music videos and just putting them out there, and people have been enjoying them so far. I did one for Benson Boone, has almost 2,000 views, which is surprisingly to see, because considering I'm just, talking about the music video, going in depth with it and stuff, and that's about it. I mean, usually I don't understand the whole reaction thing, but if people want it, sure, I'll do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But, I did one for Good Charlotte's latest track called Regrets. And, that video got blocked immediately. It has not been put out there as of yet. I did put in a dispute to get it, available on our channel. But what made me laugh is that during the analysis or during the reaction, I go, wait a minute. Two of those guys in that band look the same. Are they brothers? Are they just wearing the same thing? Am I just assuming things? Because I didn't know. And, turns out they're twins. And, Good Charlotte fans, if they saw that reaction, would probably, yell at me in the comment section. How do you not know? Come on. It's common knowledge. That type of thing. I think there was some people making fun of me in the Hollywood Undead Savior reaction that I did, which, I mean, if you put yourself out there to the public, of course, you're going to be made fun of no matter what. And there's plenty of other people that have gotten it way worse than me. Tons of people. So I think I'm good. But check out our YouTube channel, KBarrel101 RMG. I'm about to post a reaction video to Bill Murray's More Than Hate. That music video is downright outrageous, and it's pretty funny. Well, if you're a landscaper and one of your clients is out on vacation, don't throw a party at their place, okay? As tempting as that would be, I'll talk about my personal experience doing something like that after this story here. Michael Brown facing multiple charges after he allegedly broke into a home in Weddington while the owners were away on vacation and invited hundreds of people to the property for a little party. He even charged admission. Neighbors were stunned by the traffic and noise. They called the police right away. When deputies arrived, Brown first claimed he owned the house. Then he said it belonged to his grandparents. Eventually, he admitted the truth. He was just the lawn guy. The party caused damage to the property, and many guests reportedly sped off recklessly when police showed up, leading to several traffic stops as well. Brown was arrested and charged with breaking and entering, trespassing, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, all that good stuff. Now, the one time my ex and her family were out on vacation, they were somewhere, I forgot, it might have been one lake in Northern California they drove to, but they had this really cool pool in their backyard, and they had this awesome grill set up and everything, and I almost threw a giant party and just didn't tell them. Instead, I just invited my friends over and we had a barbecue night. But I don't think she knows about that still, because I never told her. Maybe her dad was like, "Hey, why does my grill look like it was used recently?" Maybe they caught on. I don't know. But I don't think I would ever be able to hold a party and not feel guilty afterwards, especially if people are breaking their items and such, or touching their items and potentially breaking it. I hate when people touch my things, and I try my absolute best to respect others and don't touch their valuable items. I keep seeing this same article popping up from TheVerge.com. The headline says AI is ruining houseplant communities online. It's disconnecting us further from reality, relationships with nature, and also our community. Basically, people are sharing photos that are AI generated of plants that don't exist. Someone was talking about how I was able to identify issues with this photo my friend sent me. Obviously, my plants cannot physically defy gravity. And I, for one, would love to start having plants at my place. I think there was a rule somebody was telling me recently about how you should have a plant for every 100 square feet in your house or something like that. But my place is 900 square feet. Should I have 9 plants? I want more than that, I think. I have this little shelving unit right on the outside, right on my patio, that's made for plants that someone, I would say, just gave me. I don't really know the whole situation. Maybe if she ever decided, like, hey, I want my shelves back, I would have to give it to her. But it's been over a year, and I feel like they're now mine. She probably, like, got new ones. I don't know. But maybe I should, I don't know, because the plants are expensive. I've been told Walmart has some good discounted plants, but then there's also, like, the upkeep or, trying to keep them alive. And there's different things for different ones, and it's all so confusing, and I don't want to, like, offend someone who, like, collects plants that goes, why would you water it on a Wednesday? You should have watered it Tuesday at 2 a.m. Something like that, If you want to suggest any plants or you have any, like, tips, feel free to let me know on social media at Brendan Peach, or message the K-Bear page, or leave me a little voice message on the K-Bear app. You can do that as well. Use the mic icon. If you don't have the K-Bear app on your phone, make sure to download it. It's free. It's available for iPhone and Android. I was chatting with somebody recently on the phone here, 208-535-1015, and, they were like, hey, is Evanescence coming out with an album at some point soon? And I Google searched it. The AI overview said maybe early 2026. And then this person, I'm not going to name their name, but they were like, yeah, because I got reached out to by someone pretending to be Amy Lee from Evanescence, or someone claiming to be Amy Lee. I'm like, you don't believe it's her, right? And I didn't really hear a solid answer. If you ever have a quote-unquote rock star reach out to you, most likely it's fake, unless you, like, know them personally. People fall for scams all the time, and some of those scams are quite dumb, and I feel bad for people who fall for scams like that because, well, you shouldn't give rock stars your money. These are fake accounts. There's memes all the time about this type of thing. Like, hey, it's Lady Gaga. Can I get $500? And then the following message will say, rah, 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 that type of thing. And people sometimes fall for those. Don't do that, okay? No rock star is ever going to reach out to you, especially one as successful as Amy Lee, asking for your money, asking some random person in Southeast Idaho for their money. Alrighty, well, I just saw this question online, figured it would be a unique one to ask for to Peach Their Own. Posted in r/ask Reddit. What's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number? It was recently that Victor and I were trying to find stuff on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, and for some reason, I found one of the saddest groups I've ever seen. It was r/people over 60, and someone was like, hey, I'm 61. I don't think there's anybody else my age in here. Am I alone? You're posting an r/people over 60. So everyone in the comments was like, hey, I'm 65. I'm 72. It's like, man, is this just a room full of boomers? Like, okay, neat. So for To Peach Their Own, what's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number? I can't really think of anything that would make me stand out truly, because every single time I try saying stuff about how old I am, someone goes, oh, you're just a baby. I'm 96, and I was born when my dad drove a horse-drawn carriage, that type of thing. So let me know your answer, 208-535-1015 for To Peach Their Own. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. What's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number?
I had a rotary phone.
I can safely say, now I don't want to make you feel old here, but I have never used one of those, and I feel like I will be so frustrated when I try it out.
Right?
It looks annoying.
It is. And it's very annoying because you got to do one number at a time.
Yeah, I'm so glad that, we got away from the whole T9 texting, the whole A, B, C. And
yeah. Yeah, right.
I'm so glad we actually have the touch screens now, but I can't imagine having to use a rotary phone. You mess up that final digit and you have to restart the whole thing over again.
You do. Yes, you do.
Maybe I should get like a cheap one off of Facebook Marketplace and see if I can hook it up and try using it and post that on our social media pages.
No, you should put it in there for Victor to use.
For Victor to use, because I'm sure he grew up with one. You know, he's only like 14 years older than me, so...
Right.
Yeah. But good answer there. Good answer there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye.
Looking at the answers here for the Peach Throne on Facebook. What's a dead giveaway for how old you are without giving the actual number? The sound my knees make from Sammy. Eric, when I first got my driver's license, I would cruise around listening to this new band called Rat. Round and Round, of course. Born the year before America's bicentennial from Joel. James just put Moon Landing. 208-535-1015. Shannon put something that I could relate to. I remember Toonami with that cool sounding robot guy. I forgot his name, but I think he was an actual radio DJ as well. What's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number? Let me know. 208-535-1015. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. What's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number?
Certain phrases individuals use, because they're from different time eras, you know, like dude, radical, or gnarly, like from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And you got like Ty or bruh, you know, it's from like the 90s and 2000s, so that'd be my answer.
All right. Well, there we go. Awesome, man. Well, that was the gnarly answer. Thank you.
Take care, dude.
You as well. You as well. Later. K-Bear, how's it going?
Hey, Peaches.
What's a dead giveaway of how old you are without giving the actual number?
Not a lot of people remember this, but Blue Pepsi.
I think... I'm Google searching it now. Discontinued.
Like it was like actually blue.
Discontinued in May 2004. And
Yeah, but I remember it way before then.
It says they re-released it in July of 2021.
What?
North American re-release July 2021, 3 years ago. Is Blue Pepsi still available? And then I see a YouTube video here saying the final release, the final Blue Pepsi 2022, and it shows a bottle.
That's crazy.
But it was only sold from 2002 to 2004 originally.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I remember it way. Maybe my memory's just gone.
Well, it's like I was looking it up and how long Johnny Bravo was on TV, and it was only for a season.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Bravo. Let me see here. It ran
Or like Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, but I think the one season might have a ton of just episodes in one. Let me check here. How many seasons of Johnny Bravo are there? Because I could have sworn it was just one. Oh, I'm just lying, apparently. 4 seasons.
4.
But there's only a total of 67 episodes.
For a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Dang.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.